From the moment of his baptism, Yeshua overflowed with the Holy Spirit. He was taken by the Spirit from the Jordan into the wilderness of Judea to experience for 40 days the ordeal of testing by the accuser. He ate no food during this time and ended his 40-day fast very hungry. It was then the devil said to him, "If you are really the Son of God, command this stone to turn into a loaf of bread for you." Yeshua replied, "I will not. For it is written in the Scriptures, life does not come only from eating bread, but from God. Life flows from every revelation from his mouth." The devil lifted Yeshua high into the sky and in a flash showed him all the kingdoms and regions of the world. The devil then said to Yeshua, "All of this, with its power, authority, and splendor, is mine to give to whomever I wish. Just do one thing, and you will have it all. Simply bow down to worship me, and it will be yours. You will possess everything." Yeshua rebuked him and said, "Satan, get behind me. For it is written in the Scriptures, only one is worthy of adoration. Therefore worship only the Lord your God and love him supremely." Next, the devil took Yeshua to Jerusalem, set him on the highest point of the temple, and tempted him, saying, "If you are really the Son of God, jump down in front of all the people. For it is written in the Scriptures, God has given his angels instructions to protect you from harm. For angels' hands will hold you up and keep you from hurting even one foot on a stone." Yeshua replied, "It is also written in the Scriptures, how dare you provoke the Lord your God?" That silenced the devil's harassment for the time being, so he retreated until an opportune time. Then Yeshua, armed with the Holy Spirit's power, returned to Galilee, and his fame spread throughout the region. He taught in the synagogues, and they glorified him. When he came to Nazareth, where he had grown up, he went into the synagogue as he always did on the Sabbath. When Yeshua came to the front to read the Scriptures, he was handed the scroll of the prophet Isaiah. He unrolled the scroll and found where it is written, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, and he has anointed me to be hope for the poor, healing for the brokenhearted, and new eyes for the blind, and to preach to prisoners, you are set free. I have come to share the message of Jubilee, for the time of God's great acceptance has begun." After he read this, he rolled up the scroll, handed it back to the attendant, and sat down. Everyone stared at Yeshua, wondering what he was about to say. Then he added, "Today, these scriptures came true in front of you." Everyone was impressed by how well Yeshua spoke and all of the beautiful words of grace that came from his lips. But they said among themselves, "Who does he think he is? Isn't he Joseph's son, who grew up here in Nazareth?" Yeshua said to them, "I suppose you'll quote me the proverb, 'Doctor, go and heal yourself before you try to heal others.' And you'll say, 'Work the miracles here in your hometown that we heard you did in Capernaum.' But let me tell you, no prophet is welcomed or honored in his hometown. Isn't it true that many widows lived in the land of Israel during the days of the prophet Elijah, when he locked up the heavens for 3.5 years and brought a devastating famine over all the land? But he wasn't sent to any of the widows living in that region. Instead, he was sent to a foreign place, to a widow in Zarephath of Sidon. Or have you not considered that the prophet Elisha healed only Naaman, the Syrian, rather than one of the many Jewish lepers living in the land?" When everyone present heard Yeshua's words, they erupted with furious rage. They mobbed Yeshua and threw him out of the city, dragging him to the edge of the cliff of the hill on which the city had been built, ready to hurl him off. But he walked right through the crowd, leaving them all stunned. Yeshua went to Capernaum in Galilee and taught the people on the Sabbath day. His teaching stunned and dazed them, for he spoke with penetrating words and great authority. In the congregation there was a demonized man who screamed out with a loud voice, "Go away and leave us alone. We know who you are. You're Yeshua of Nazareth, God's Holy One. What do you want with us? Have you come to destroy us already?" Immediately the demon hurled the man down to the floor in front of them. But Yeshua rebuked the demon. "Be quiet and come out of him." Without causing him any harm, the demon came out of him. Great astonishment swept over the people, and they said among themselves, "What kind of man is this, who has such power and authority? With a mere word he commands demons to come out, and they obey him." Reports about Yeshua spread like wildfire throughout every community in the surrounding region. After leaving the synagogue, Yeshua went into Simon's house, where Simon's mother-in-law was sick with a high fever. The disciples begged Yeshua to help her. Yeshua stood over her and rebuked the fever, and she was healed instantly. Then she got up and began to serve them. A sense of the people brought all those who were sick to Yeshua to be healed. Yeshua laid his hands on them one by one, and he healed them all of different illnesses. Demons also came out of many of them. Knowing that Yeshua was the anointed one, the demons shouted while coming out, "Yahweh the Messiah, the Son of El Shaddai!" But Yeshua rebuked them and commanded them to be silent. At daybreak the next morning, the crowds came and searched everywhere for him. But Yeshua had already left to go to a secluded place. When they finally found him, they held him tightly, begging him to stay with them in Capernaum. But Yeshua said, "Don't you know there are other places I must go and offer the hope of God's kingdom? This is what I have been sent to do." Yeshua continued to travel and preach in the synagogues throughout the land.